Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Legacies. This is episode 4 of season 3. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the series so far. Last episode, it was the school musical, and you know, if you follow my channel for a while now, you will know that I do love anything relating to music. So for me, it was a fantastic episode, and as well, it was a musical of the Vampire Diaries stories, and it had a little bit of the originals in it, mate. But it was good, mate. We had a casting session go on. You know, Josie, she was cast as Elena, and she looked amazing as Elena as well. I've got to say, she looked really, really good. Jed was cast as Stefan. Who else was cast? So we also had Lizzie. She was cast as Caroline, and we had Caleb cast as Damon. So it was pretty good, man. I did enjoy the story. Hope was reluctant to be in it. You know, Landon, he was a script writer. He wanted to obviously portray Klaus as well in a good light, because we did see at the start of the episode that a lot of people was talking about Klaus in the library, these books, you know, they was flicking through it, and he was saying, you know, Hope's dad, he was a crazy evil person, and she's like lost control, and obviously she's got this thing going on with Landon right now where she doesn't know where her relationship lies, and she's getting mad, and she knocked all the books off the shelf. And Landon was like, look mate, we're going to do this musical, I'm going to try and portray him in a good light. Well, he is a great person anyway, we're not trying, he's going to be shown the way he is, a fantastic dad to Hope. And he wanted to use like a letter that Hope read to him, you know, in confidential, but he was like, it's perfect, it portrays him so well, and everybody deserves to see this side of Klaus. You know, he went over to her, he asked, you know, can she use the script? She was not happy with it, she scrunched it up and threw it away. Like I said, she was mad, she didn't want any part of the play, because like I said, her and Landon are on a rocky patch right now, and she didn't want really speak to him. Well, a new monster arrived in the school, and what I thought was really interesting is obviously his skills. Pretty much, he said he does two things. He brings everybody together, and then he's like I thought he was going to say, and then he destroys them, but he doesn't, mate. Literally, it was really good. What he done is, he could go around and he could make people think that they knew him, pretty much. So everybody thought that he'd worked at the school for years, and like he was getting in people's head. But everything that he done was absolutely great. I loved it, mate. It was his idea for the musical. He brought everybody together. He wasn't even a bad guy. He ended up saying to MG at the end, because he revealed to MG that, you know, I'm the monster. But every time like they walked away from him, they forgot they had that conversation. And every single time MG kept walking away, he kept writing down little bits, until he figured out he was the actual monster. And then he didn't even deny it when he came over to him as well. But he was like, shh, let's just watch this musical play out. And like I said, the musical was great. The singing was good. The casting was fantastic. I loved the story. It was good reminiscing. It was all good for me, mate. Honestly, I really enjoyed the episode. But like I said, so he is the monster, and he revealed to MG that the necromancer kind of wanted him to come back and cause chaos, but, you know, he decided not to. He's enjoyed his time there. Everybody was doing great, and what was really good is he literally brought relationships together, because at the end of the episode, yeah, we had Jade and Josie have a kiss, which was interesting. We had Alaric go and meet up with the female police officer. Again, that's two relationships. He mended the relationship between Hope and Landon, because she ended up coming round after having a conversation with him, and she played part in the play in the end. And obviously we had the Klaus scene, and it was great, and everyone gave a standing ovation, and she felt good obviously about her dad. Her relationship with Landon is now being mended. Like I said, we've got two relationships possibly blossoming from the actions of the monster, which I don't think he was a monster. He was the best one that we've had. And also Lizzie as well, you know, he received a letter from Caroline saying, don't worry about yourself, there's nothing wrong with you, you haven't got this personality disorder, you haven't got all these things that you think you've got wrong with you, you're just perfect just the way you are just Lizzie, you know, you come with these things and just accept it, you're beautiful, you're fantastic, just rock and roll with it, you don't need to change yourself, just be who you are. I love it. It's fantastic advice from Caroline. So that was good. I thought altogether it was a great episode. And then towards the very end, obviously the monster went back to the necromancer. He sacrificed him, stabbed him, got the blood on the blade, and then he said, now whoever person that he stabs or something, they'll die as well, and they need to sacrifice a vampire. And then obviously he went to Alyssa. He said, mate, look, have you got a vampire for us to sacrifice? And then who come running in? MG, mate. He was going to try and save Alyssa, because earlier on in the episode she astral projected to him, and she was the one that told him that a monster's coming to the school. But she said, look, even though I'm helping the necromancer, I still can't seem to shake, and you're having a bit of feelings for you, and I want to warn you, I'll leave now. And then obviously at the end he's gone to try and save her, and then the necromancer is obviously there thinking that he's the vampire that she's sacrificing, And it's true because she'd done a bit of magic and he dropped to the floor, and now it looks like MG is possibly a goner, but I don't know. I think she's trying to buy the time. I don't think she wants to do anything to MG, but I think that she's stuck in a situation where she wants to get away from the necromancer, but it's either stay with him and be alive or leave him and die. So she's trying to literally play the long game and try and suss it out as it goes. And right now, trying to suss it out is using MG as a bit of the collateral while things are obviously playing out. So I can't wait to see what happens in this episode. Last one was great, so hopefully it was just as good. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you didn't. And as always, let's jump into episode 4 of season 3 of Legacies.
What's the occasion?
Celebrating your theatrical debut. But it's kind of our anniversary. The math is admittedly complicated, but we have officially been boyfriend and girlfriend for 1 year. And I have a whole date planned.
You're being very cute right now. I'd like to make tonight special too.
Well, then you're gonna have to sing me that song again.
Anything else you want to know?
One more question. Would you title this A Day in the Life of a Timberwolf?
I've been trying to pitch a day in the life of a stallion to the school paper all year, but your dad never calls me back.
What do you think you're doing here?
I'm consecrating this space, tethering these grounds to another dimension. Far more blood than this. And what better place to find it than a high school teeming with human beings?
Okay.
The necromancer killed the principal at Mystic Falls High. He's planning some sort of blood ritual. Everybody at the school is in danger.
That's fucking good, man.
Zombie dragon.
That is what I was saying there the other day. Do you remember when the sky went all red? And I was like, no, we need to remember that they are stood in Mystic Falls, mate, where it's a bunch of humans around and they've just got one little school on the border. How are people not noticing changes? Now, if nobody notices a big dopey dragon floating around, then what's going on there? Do you know what I mean? But I'm excited because dragons, when used correctly, are always sick. Especially in Game of Thrones, they looked amazing.
You don't have to do what the necromancer wants. So can you just talk to me before you make a mistake that you're gonna regret? Or you're seriously gonna raise MALAVORE all over again. I can help you.
You can't. Because I need the blood of a vampire. That's why you're here.
You know, I built the school to protect you and your gifts from a world that understands neither, but the way I see it, you're the world's only shot now.
All right, enough with the speech. I'm in.
But you haven't even heard the plan.
This is this winning, right?
Rolf's blood is already in this mud stew. So's mine once I add yours.
My spell's way more powerful than the first one.
No!
See, listening, yeah, what she just said, she's got the blood of 3, Raph, her, and MG. So that means that when they all raise, all 3 of the lives get drained, yeah? Not just MG's, otherwise that would make no sense. So, yeah, you're following. If they're using 3 of them and each one raises, one person drops, or they get weaker, all 3 of them will. So it'd be interesting if all go down. Maybe Raph comes back.
Maniac in Halloween costume has taken over the school and my kids are trapped inside.
I'm sorry it has to be this way, but it is a matter of life and death.
Are you crazy? They're kids.
Oh, they're more than that. They're special. And this would go a lot easier if you just trusted me.
Here they come!
I used to hide out down here all the time when Connor, R.I.P. says, was bullying me. That door's gonna lead us up into the boiler room, which...
Just be back in time for that date tonight.
Where are your spell? It's probably spelled with a dark object I can't get through.
Humans? I'm just Obi-Wan. I'm going to take down the tractor beam so the heroes can save the world.
He died, didn't he?
Okay, first of all, you only know that because I forced you to watch the Star Wars movies.
Wait, the question, wait, what is the best Star Wars film? What is? Yeah. Now, that is a big controversial one. Like, there's loads of good ones. The one I actually really enjoyed, one of the most recent ones, The Force Awakens. I enjoyed that, man. Like, and I don't think it was many people's favourite ones, but, like, I actually really enjoyed it. It was, like, surprising. I didn't expect it. I like watching films when you don't watch trailers and you go in and you're like, oh, that was good. And, like, I thought Kylo Ren was a sick actor, and I liked how it was, like, Rey and Adriano, or whatever he's called. Like, Finn, really good.
You know I don't trust myself with magic. And seeing Ethan today reminded me why. What I did to his arm. I'm not ready.
Do it for me. MG still hasn't come back.
He's finally won you over.
I suppose not giving MG a shot wasn't about him failing to live up to my standard.
You forfeit your turn. King me.
Is that what this is about to you? Power, control?
Well, it sure beats the alternative.
Because I know what it's like to think of yourself as a monster. To be called one by your parent.
You know the mom and dad card is triggering for me, since I incinerated mine.
I mean, I know what happened, but not why.
They're dead.
But your crappy parents are still alive, so cry me a freaking river.
I had to prove my parents wrong. All you have to do is prove yours right.
See, Joe? Just like riding a bike.
I'm not dead, so you can't stop me.
My dear dull boy.
Okay, then what is your plan exactly?
Have my revenge.
Way more petty than I thought.
Everyone keeps saying, yeah. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a big sacrifice to attend.
Oh, he's the first one.
Hey, Dad.
I do like the Necromancer. He is good. Now, I kind of like how Finger got her powers back straight away. You know, just listen to that conversation with Lizzie. She was like, boom, give me the powers, mate. You know, if you're evolving, adapting as a person, and you're caring for MG, then obviously I'm going to come and help you as well. Come straight in. See what I mean, Jose? Just as easy as that. You know what I mean? Come in and took Alyssa down. Now, I'm interested to see how many more monsters come out before MG is literally, like, weak and fragile. Like, on the floor, pretty much, like, not being able to move. I also, it gives me hope that Clark is coming back as well. That'd be really, really exciting to see, because I think that he was a good character. I did enjoy him as well. And do you know what? I've enjoyed him and the Necromancer. Both of them supposed to be the bad guys. Well, they are the bad guys, aren't they? But I've actually had no problem with both of them. But Malavore, yeah, it's always been the Malavore monsters, and he's been the main story, so to speak. But we've not physically seen him really do anything himself physically. So this would be really intriguing now that he's in the present.
Wait. You want to get back at the Necro, right? I can help. Just hear me out instead of consuming me.
Can you even imagine how much black magic is brewing in that thing?
Trust me, I can. It's been inside me.
Wake Alyssa up. She linked it to the Necromancer.
If we could trust her.
All you gotta do is trust me.
The Necromancer did to raise you must have also made you his servant. I'm willing to bet that new symbol on your face is the binding part of that spell. There is always a loophole with magic. Even though you have to do what he says, he gave you a lot of wiggle room.
Oh, you saw Landon?
Yeah, he told my sister and I to sneak everyone out of the school once he disabled the tractor beams, whatever that means.
You're too late.
I'm guessing you failed to foresee that this was a trap. Thanks to you for trusting me.
Well, that's the least I could do after last night.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
You know, teaching really is the noblest of professions.
I am not Landon Kirby.
What do you mean you're not?
That was a way better twist than I thought was going to happen. Imagine if we get the rest of the season or quite a few episodes of Landon being Malavore. How interesting would that be? Because if we just change the whole dynamic of things, like, would he want to go around killing supernaturals again and consuming people? I don't know, mate. This is a really good twist, actually. I did not expect it when he's even... Well, I didn't expect Malavore to come out the pit when I started the episode. Didn't expect him to do this with Landon either, but why would you want to leave Landon now? Like, you would want to be the host. You would want him to be the host, like, as a human in the flesh, while you still got all the powers as the Malavore before it. And you can see the fear that the Necromancer's got of Malavore. So, I mean, this got potential.
Oh, be reasonable! I can give you anything your muddy heart desires if you only say the word.
Jed 2, Caleb 0.
Who sucks at killing zombies now?
I distracted it. Don't tell me you're gonna ignore my assist
Come on,
again.
man, this isn't hockey.
Bloody homicide.
I want Hope to watch that.
Oh, I'm afraid you've just missed it.
He loves it, look. He loves it.
Checked all the other classrooms, the football field. There's no sign of them or any monsters. They're just gone.
I like it.
Bring dragons back all you want. They're always gonna have a soft spot.
I am death incarnate!
Hey.
You were right, by the way. I don't need a weapon if I have you.
I don't know what's going on.
How was this happening?
I have no idea.
Hope, Landon, and the monsters got sent to a prison world. It's an alternative dimension that looks exactly like our world, except without all the people.
It's all working so perfectly.
Well, whatever you did, thanks for the extra life.
Don't thank him. I doubt he's the one that linked the spells to the Ascendant that sent us here.
Riddle me this, Yorick. How do we get out of here?
We don't.
Put me back on my body, would you?
There may be another way.
Oh, unbearable.
Are we cool?
I think so. It's not the prettiest ascendant I've ever seen. I'm really lucky a pair of Gemini twins showed up.
Thank MG. If it weren't for him, we would have tossed you into the pit by now.
A group hug?
I'll see you at home.
Transition was swift, that into there. Right, I actually applaud they said there's an endless supernova or something going on, like, for ages, and also they said they've got an endless supply of Bennett blood, because I was going to say, you've got to be consistent with the story, haven't you? We've been told that there has to be stuff going on, you have to have a Bennett blood, and, like, when they just pull it out of thin air and start whipping ascendants out and sending things everywhere, it's like, okay, like, but they addressed it. I didn't even need to say anything because they addressed it themselves. They must have known that people are going to raise questions and think, hang on, 1 second, how have you just done that? Like, how have you created a prison rule without any of the factors, you know, that you need? And then they addressed it, and it's like, fair play, well done. And I like how they've integrated maybe Alyssa back. They're not too bothered. Which is interesting as well, because is everyone in the prison world now? And I want to know, like, at what point does the female, the sheriff or whatever, find out that this is all a thing? Is she going to forget, like always, when the day's finished or not? It is intriguing.
Hey, are you sure this is gonna work?
No, I'm not. That's where the trust comes in.
They've got to jump into
Are you
it.
sure about
I don't know.
Malavore use you as a vessel?
Ah! What happened to your symbol?
Malavore's dimension can't contain me. My blood is toxic to him, so he should spit us right back out.
Bombs away, mate. Get in that pit. Do you reckon they're coming back, or what? Or one of them is?
Landon.
I'm right here.
Oh, is it?
I'm sorry. You're probably wondering who I am, how I even know your name. So you should probably explain first why you know I like peanut butter blasts.
I remember, Hope. I mean, maybe it's because we came through the portal together? Yeah, not exactly the big anniversary date I had planned, but what are we gonna do? One dance first.
Do you reckon they're in the real world, or what? Like he said, he didn't see anyone.
This brings back memories.
Fair warning, I only have a conceptual understanding of what we're about to do, so I'm probably going to be terrible at it.
Why? What the heck? Done alright there, to be fair. They made that scene quite well. Do you know what? I respect these people, right? Because sometimes, yeah, like, people just sleep with each other, don't they? So we've seen Lizzie and Raph, for example. Theirs was just, fuck this, you know, like, both of them are, like, emotional mad, and they just got it on, yeah, and just got it out. Where these guys have absolutely waited for the right moment, for the right time, for the first time, for the love. You got to respect it, mate. You know, some people have different opinions on it. I respect it for that. You know, they waited for the right time, for the right person. Big up on them. And they didn't rush it as well, mate. They didn't literally... The guy was like, I'm going to be terrible at it. He makes me laugh, Landon, honestly. But that was a decent scene.
I can't believe I'm boozing at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
That Mystic Falls is overrun with supernatural creatures.
Me and the Vamps just finished compelling all the townspeople down at the evacuation center. Guessing she's last.
I want you to compel her to remember everything. And it may mean that I lose you, but it's your decision to make.
It's been a hell of a year, a lot of crazy, a lot of fun, a lot of shedding of tears. We met Sebastian, Vardamus, Chad, Jade, and Kim. We had to beat the necromancer all over again. Illicit chain was a pain till we met Dark Joe. But thank Lord Salvatore that we didn't lose hope.
You sure I should be the one to have this?
I'm just as sure as you are that I'd do the right thing, even when I wasn't. You sort of saved the world today and salvaged what's left of my reputation.
Lived that same story with Lizzie. I've been treating you the same way that she treats me, so I know what it's like to be on the other end of that.
Oh, the only question is, what do you want to do with that?
Look, she's seen it now. She's caught feels. Look, mate. I'm not happy, man. I'm not slagging MG. I'm not. I don't want that to get twisted at all, mate. He's obviously in that position where he thinks that Lizzie's not wanting to be with him. He has laid it out on the line, hasn't he? He just physically just said it there, mate. I've been in your position. I've laid it all out on the line, and I've never got it back, so to speak. And, like, now you're on laying it on the line, and I either have got to say no or yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And why not? If I'm not getting it from the person that I've laid it out, someone's trying to offer it me. You're not my second option, so to speak, but me and Lizzie are not going to happen, so why not give it a go? But that's because I'm devastated, honestly. I'm not happy. I'm actually not happy. But I don't even know, man. I've definitely mixed emotions there because he doesn't know that Lizzie likes him. He thinks that it's not going to happen. And now she's caught feels. We found it. When she's got to do that one. Honestly, I am a little bit butthurt.
How'd it go with MG?
I missed my window. I'm happy that he's okay too.
That's what I was thinking in my head then. That's what I wanted to say.
His tonsils.
I am not ready to do magic, so I put it away again. I'm thinking about that a lot, actually. I want to transfer to Mystic Falls.
What a twist again, man.
If I have your support.
Was that...
Weirdly perfect.
He's one hairy guy, man.
Is that what flying feels like?
Way less awesome.
I never thought that I could be this happy. Hey, are you okay? Landon? Landon? Landon!
He's not there, love mate. He's not there. Mate, what necklace did he rip off? Was it Haley's or was it the Michelson one or what? Is it something else? I didn't see it. That is interesting, mate. Mate, how interesting is that? That was good banter. Like, is that what flying feels like? That was good. Am I okay? Yeah, with Josie wanting to go to the Mystic Falls school. Tough one, man. That is a tough one. Am I okay? Don't think I am. I don't think I am, mate. But I'm one of them people. If you're happy, I'm happy. I like you. But I don't want you to go to Mystic Falls school and be less in the show, because then I'll be disappointed. Just like I'm disappointed that MG's kissing Alyssa. I am. But, like, I'm not disappointed in him because I'm happy for him. Because if he can't have a relationship with Lizzie, then why can't I have a relationship with Alyssa? Do you know what I mean? Like, it is conflicting because I'm team MG and Lizzie. But from MG's side, that was never an option. He put it out on the line. He never got it back. It's time to move on. Someone's showing him affection. He's gone for it. And then the person that I wanted to be with has got the feels and gone to tell him, and it's crossed. And it's like, oh my God, mate, why? Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm not happy it's happened, but, like, I'm happy for him, kind of. And that's kind of what Lizzie just said to Josie there. Like, you know, I've missed my window, but I'm happy for him. And it is, man. That's what I was trying to say. Gutted, but happy at the same time. But it's been an interesting episode. It really has, you know. I definitely intrigued to see what's happening with Landon here. You know, he's just been on cloud 9 and now he's like in the ground. You know, he's dead. I don't even know where. He's in the Malavore pit. Imagine if that becomes a new Malavore pit. It's crazy. It still gets me thinking, is that physically Malavore? Like, it's still in my head. Like, when it was Landon, when he stood back up, I was thinking, is this Malavore or not? Do you know what I mean? Because it was Malavore a second ago when the dragon come, and then he's back alive because he wasn't a human. I mean, he wasn't supernatural. He was a human when he first went into the school. That's why he could pass the boundary spell. Do you know what I mean? And then when we come out, he got killed, but with Malavore inside him, so he was supernatural. And then he was resurrected. So, like, is he still supernatural? Is he still Malavore? This is the twist, man. It's really exciting. But a lot of stuff's happened. I don't mind Josie going to the Salvatore school if she's in the show a lot. Yeah, as long as she stays in it as much as she is now, I have no problem with it. If she wants to try and live a normal life, that's great. I want her to live that normal life, realise it's not as good and come back. Or I don't want it to be an easy cop-out for not being doing the merge. I would much rather it be one turns to a vampire, one stays a witch. I don't want it to be one becomes a human and one stays how it is. It's got to, like, because they've copped out of the merge. Oh, I want Caroline to successfully find a way to, successfully find a way to get round it. They've had, like, they would have had 22 years to figure it out, and they've got to get something. So, I mean, the whole episode's been really exciting. There's been many, like, funny moments, in my personal opinion. Loads of interesting information that has come, and I've liked all of the scenes that's gone on. So, I mean, I'm interested to see where we go in the next one. That's going to wrap up episode 4 of Legacies. Hopefully, guys enjoyed it. Like I said, very interesting, this episode. Lots of information. I really like how Rick decided not to compel the sheriff to forget all the supernatural things that are happening in Mystic Falls. Like I say, it was obvious stuff was going on. We had dragons flying around, we had monsters attacking. I like how Caleb said, they've been around, they've compelled every single person to forget, and I'm guessing she's the last one. And he said, no, it's time for her to make her own decision. She can decide what she wants to do with it. I mean, if he wants to be in a relationship with her, it has to be clean, doesn't it? It has to be a clean slate. He can't have it where she's under his compulsion, so to speak, when he says it's a matter of life or death. It needs to be addressed, that, because you would feel used, wouldn't you? If you get further on in the relationship and you figure that he's got some sort of control over you, you would feel like used and abused, so to speak. And he doesn't want that. He wants to be with her because he likes her, and he's given her the option, you know, you can make your decision. You can know all of this stuff that's going on, Hogwarts, as she was saying. Supernatural's going on. Yeah, don't see them as different, see them as equals, just living here as a standard school. That's what he expressed. And make your own decision. I like it. I do want her to be in the show more as well, because I think that Rick is better. When Rick's happy, we're happy. Well, I'm happy anyway. And that is most of the characters. When I see them smiling, I'm smiling regardless of who it is. So like we go to the Alyssa and MG thing, yeah, although I definitely want him to be with Lizzie more than Alyssa, 100%, yeah, and I'm gutted that he's actually going out with her right now, because I know that Lizzie expressed feels for him in this episode. It's the first time she physically said, mate, he's won me over, and it got me excited, because I was like thinking, yes, potentially we're going to get them. And then obviously them kissing at the end, during that scene, I was like, no, I'm not happy. And do you know what? I'm still not happy, but I'm happy for MG, because, like I said, if he didn't think the relationship with Lizzie was going to happen, then why not go with the one with Alyssa? Now, the only thing I would be wary of if I was him is she's a bit crazy in terms of, you know, do you know what she was saying, mate? She wanted to, I don't know, I can't remember what they physically said when she took his blood and dropped it in the pit. Yeah, she was like, mate, I want you or something, you don't want me, mate, getting you in here or something, you know, we're going to make a world where you love me or something. It's a bit weird, it's like crazy talk, do you know what I mean? So, like, I would have been a bit wary of that, but it does, like, I do think, though, that she was in one of those life and death situations where it's like, bend over backwards for the necromancer or die. You know, and many people want to live, and I don't judge them for those actions. That's why I don't think I've been in on her once yet, like, because I understand it. She wants to stay alive, so she's fighting. I did say last episode when she brought MG there that I think that she was trying to stall, and again this episode, you know, I actually thought she was trying to stall, but then she expressed a plan, and she was like, yeah, gonna raise them all, taking your blood, drop it in, you know, linked you, me and you, and all this stuff. And I thought, alright, maybe she does want to go through with it. She wants to get revenge on everyone at the school. But then he swung it round, hasn't he? He said, again, he's kind of said how he kind of said with Lizzie, like he doesn't judge her for her actions or who she is and her past and what she's done to her parents and all that sort of stuff. And he just wants to just accept her for who she is, and him to accept him for MG. And you know, I'm intrigued. I'm not saying that I'm excited for the relationship, but I'm intrigued to see what happens here. Are they going to be a consistent, or are they going to just be up and down and then a breakup? Because I did say with Landon and Hope was going through like a roughy patch a couple of episodes ago, that to me it doesn't make sense, because we've kind of pitched them hardcore, we'll do anything, I'll kill myself for you, you know, I'd rather be dead if you're not alive, all these life and death situations, and then come back, break up, and it's like, I feel like they should be consistent throughout, and they have been since that little breakup episode. And they got back together last one with a musical, which was fantastic. Like I said, I really liked it. And then here as well, they look like they slept together for the first time. And I thought that visually, watching it, they've done it really well. They didn't rush it. They didn't make it too forceful. They made it feel like it was momentful. I don't know, like impactful. Like, you know, it was like momentous. That's it. Like, both express that he's a bit inexperienced and it might not be very good, but it's like, sack it, let's rock and roll with it. You know, first time, it's going to be new experience for us both. So, I mean, it looked like they had a good time anyway, so fair play, until Landon melted away into the floor while she's shouting, Landon, Landon. It's like, clearly, love, he ain't there no more. I don't know what's happened with, obviously, the Necromancer and Malavore in the prison world, or whatever you want to call it, because Malavore's there now. He doesn't have the symbol on his head, the one that, obviously, he created when he was in the prison, and he just ran off, like, oh, bloody hell, ran off, jibbed off. So, it'd be exciting now. We've got Malavore in, physically walking around again. Hopefully he plays an impact in the last few episodes of the season. Well, I mean, only at the start, but for the majority of the season, I want him to play a big factor. I want his story to end at the end of season 3. I want Hope to die at some point, and I want next season to be all about Hope and the tribe. Yeah, I want Hope to die in this season, maybe at the very end, and then I want season 4 to be activation, the Tribrid side, and I want it all to be about Hope, the Michelson, the three factions, and I want it to be literally hardcore, in-depth action fighting, everybody amazed that she could transition. I would like a scene where she goes boom and blasts someone, yeah, turns into a wolf, runs over, bites him, turns into a vamp across the room, neck snap. Would be so sick. I want all three transitions to happen back to back to back in a fight like that, just to show that she's absolutely sick. And I've said it once and I'll say it again, I'm not a big Let's Go Jed supporter, but I am a big Let's Go integrate more people into the cast, and he's being used more and more and more. And his banter with Caleb is what I'm talking about, mate. Literally, we took MG away from Caleb and putting him into like a relationship over here, and instead of keeping Caleb stagnant, yeah, we dropped in Jed, and they're bouncing off each other and having a bit of banter, and they're making both of them relevant still, so it's really exciting. So thanks for clicking on today's episode. I can't wait for the next one. Really interested to see what storylines we go from here, how Lizzie reacts, obviously if Josie goes to the to Mystic Falls, how the sheriff reacts with the relationship with Rick and knowing about all the supernaturals, you know, is Alyssa and MG going to stay as a thing, and what's going to happen with Landon now that he's just melted and disintegrated. I mean, there's so much stuff going on, loads of episodes left to go, loads of storylines to pursue. Is Raph coming back as well? We don't know, but we can't wait to find out. So thanks so much, everyone. If you did like today's video, please smash a like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.